Hello, my friends. Another episode of the Messy Monologues. I don't know which one we're on. Let's start with the most important issue. I've started to mumble too much again. People have been saying it in the comments. Keep saying it in the comments. It's the only way I get better at this shit. I used to have an awesome lisp back in grade school, and I don't know why that's turned into me just being lazy with my face, but I will try to fix it for you. Number two issue. Turns out Kane, my bass player, has watched enough of these programs to talk shit about my gain structure. So hopefully this episode is going to be much louder and a little bit easier to hear on YouTube. If it's not, talk shit in the comments. Hallelujah. And now let's move into the more positive notes. Things have been going really well in terms of my streaming. Sea Blue is about to cross the threshold of 1,000 streams, which is really important in one general viewership. Once you get past that point, they'll actually start to count views on a lot of the platforms, and no one likes to see the under 1,000 streams when they're finding their new favorite song. So just in hitting that, we're going to get a lot more positive affirmation that we need to get rocking with. Also, the monthly listeners has been moving in a really positive trajectory, and What's Gonna Stop Me has now hit over 10,000 streams, which is the fastest I've ever had a song get to that point. Now, a lot of that can be attributed to learning some new music marketing techniques, whether that's the playlisting or that's going to be meta ads or whatever the hell. There's so much stuff to dive into for months worth of study and precaution, but instead I'm hearing subtle pieces of advice from friends who are doing well or from a couple of podcasts and just giving it a try. And some of it's worked out really well. I mean, most of What's Gonna Stop Me streams are coming from Brazil, which doesn't make me feel great about my lyrical content, but who gives a shit? People are listening and I'm grateful for it. If we have any Brazilian fans who are watching today, please excuse my mumbling. With English as a second language, this is probably quite the bitch to understand. I'm trying, though. I'm trying. So, things are going well in the streaming. You can't ask for all that to change overnight, but we are getting a lot more radio play, at least on Spotify, which is an important part of like the algorithmic playlist. You know, it's harder to watch the data on Apple Music, Amazon Music, Pandora, any of those. So every once in a while I check with my digital distributor, which is Symphonic Distribution. I just had my 5-year anniversary with being with Symphonic, so thank you to them. But yeah, it's harder to watch some of those, and I know that we feel plenty of different ways about Spotify as a company. But for me, it's just a metrics point. And things are looking good and starting to get out to new listeners at a higher volume and hopefully start to find some folks that really enjoy it. Now, obviously, to the folks that are watching this program, doesn't matter where the music's at, you tend to find it. I appreciate you a ton for that. But there's a really interesting feeling in my life of just generally feeling very content, which is a new thing for me in a lot of ways. It's something I struggle with a lot. I am a very busy-minded person. I may not get a lot done, but I like to. I aspire to it. But I tend to twiddle my thumbs and do a lot of dumb shit. Pretty nice, right? Self-employment. Tight. But as I look around at the things in my life, from my live shows to my recording techniques and my writing style, my interactions with fans and friends who patronize my content, my music, I know that I need to be more grateful, and I'm starting to really feel it. I'm starting to really mean that. It's easy to keep gratitude in your life as a practice. If it's part of your routine, it's easy to keep there. But to really feel it, to kind of broil in that for a little bit, I've been watching a lot of TikTok Food Network. Also a lot of prison talk still, which is definitely my favorite. Prison, food content, TikTok, crazy. It's a bunch of guys doing hibachi on a metal step at the bottom of Block Cell D, whatever that's going to be. That shit's nuts. And that's a tangent. Check it out. Hit me up for videos. I got you. But there's this overwhelming reminder in my life that I have it really, really good compared to most people. I have an incredible family. I have an incredible group of friends. I have the best spouse in the world. And I get to do the thing that I love. And some of y'all are out there busting your ass every single day doing jobs that you feel really strongly about or that just pay the bills, and then you use the expendable time and financial freedom in your life to support me, which is just incredible. So, in all the ways that I can, please let me know how I can be a better service to you, the people that make the most difference in my career, how I can continually be here for you in the ways that you find meaningful. Susan Bell and I have been talking about the Patreon thing, which I think that's, again, just Sue trying to help me out. But in a lot of ways, it's a great reminder that if we can build out a platform that brings more value to you, the listeners, and the supporters of what I create, then I would like to do that. So I've made the page. I haven't put anything on it yet. I'll let you know when we have our free model up and we're starting to kind of trial test some of these things. But it's going to be a place to house new songs and demos and recording bounces, live streams, etc., etc. So we'll figure all that out in time. Maybe we'll do a live just to kind of talk shit about that. I also want to give a special shout out to my friends Atlas and Malia on their new beautiful baby boy, Cash Matthew. That's crazy to get a little feature in there, but you're going to be incredible parents, and I'm so happy for you, my friends. Wishing you the best. Let's see, is there anything else I need to cover this week? We got a lot of good shows this week. I'm going to get a table for some friends on February 13th at Ghost Baby for a sweet Galentine's Day. But other than that, it's just the typical stuff. You know, one thing I was talking to my buddy Brian Ernst, who came on the podcast the other day, just the state of touring in the world is always changing, and it's something that I love doing. I love going out of town and playing shows for new people. But this is such a growth-oriented chapter of my life, and I'm making so many more meaningful fans on the internet that it's almost worth staying at home and spending a little bit more time on the live streams and doing that kind of thing. You know, whether it's TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, all these platforms are constantly changing. But what hasn't changed and what's really surprised me most about live streaming is that the things that I struggle to capture about myself in a 20 to 60 second video come across much more genuinely when we just hang out for a little bit. It's hard to explain that I'm a goofball that wants to write really meaningful shit while also just telling you to shake some ass and then give the lyrics a chance in your life. Like, we're all complex human beings, and it's hard to wrap that up in a nutshell and sell it to people on the internet. So just spending real time together and getting to talk has been such an epiphany to me of what I have to offer and making the most of that. So, and it's all thanks to y'all. So let's not get too lengthy about this. There will be a bunch of other content coming out today with my gigs this week and all that other stuff, some podcast clips and whatnot. But if you listen this far, as always, I love you. It means a lot that you're here. There's 1,000 different things we can do in a day, and the easiest thing that I can do is wish you a better one where you can use your gifts in this life to the best of your ability to better the world you're in, a step at a time, a small task at a time. You're meant for some incredible purpose, and sometimes we need that reminder that you are the only one that can achieve a lot of these things. So step up to bat, give it your best. Regardless what happens, you do it again tomorrow. You're kicking ass. I'll see you soon. Peace.